Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Micheal. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Listen, y'all, normally I do not review the Afterparty. Married at First Sight has me worn out, honey. I have not watched one Afterparty this entire season. Y'all always come down in the comments. Y'all tell me about the Afterparty. Y'all tell me it's good. Y'all tell me to watch because it's going to give me more context. But listen, when I am forced to watch Denver, I am emotionally drained. So on my decision day, which is every damn Wednesday night, I cut it off. I cut it the hell off. But I was hearing down in the comments that this episode of the Afterparty I had to watch. So I watched it. And I'm about to give y'all my thoughts. So child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. First of all, Emily, girl, don't piss me off now. You are not the host. And you were being a meanie. Okay, you were being mean to everybody. Now, there is a saying that misery loves company. Didn't nobody, if you're going to be mad at anybody, you need to be mad at Brennan, Dr. Peppers, and Pastor Calvin. Okay? Because other than that, there's nobody else that you need to be mad at. Because I feel like you were taking your frustrations out on everyone on the stage. But child, let's get right into it. So anywho, when the episode first opened up, Keisha is asking Micheal if he's excited about the fact that he's getting married. Okay, because you know it didn't go through the first time, okay? And so Michael's like, yeah. She's like, who was the first person you told? He said the first person he told was his boss. And then his boss said, well, when can I tell the team? So Emily is like, let's see if she's going to walk down the aisle first. That was the first strike. I said, now, why are you being mean to Micheal? Why? Why you being mean to Micheal and his crown? Why? It don't make no damn sense. So then we move on to Becca and Austin. Now, a part of it I kind of appreciated, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you, because I needed to hear certain things because I already was thinking these things and I said them in my review. But see, I knew that Austin was a people pleaser. So therefore, and thus and such, I knew that this was going on. So, Keisha says, let me ask you this. What is normally your timeline between dating someone and it growing to be to a more intimate level? Austin says like 3 to 6 months. So then Emily goes, well, why didn't you share that with Dr. Pia? And did you communicate that to Becca? First of all, Emily, hold them up, swallow them up. Nobody asked you. Keisha has been doing this for quite some time. I think she has it. Okay, like what is wrong with you? But Keisha let it go. She said, okay, since you're Becca's friend, then you share with us what she's told you. Now, Becca has been complaining over here to Emily and her ankle bracelet and her wrist bracelet and every other damn brace she got on. She has been complaining to her about what's been going on with Austin. So apparently Emily and Brennan's apartment is right above the shared apartment that Becca and Austin share. So Emily's like, yeah, well, we can hear you guys up there. Like when you were crawling around, we were like, what's that noise? Emily, that is not important to the story. Stick to the script. So then she goes, well, she said to me that, you know, she was trying to get on you and whatever, and you pushed her off, like, get off of me, you horny girl. And she said, I don't think that's conducive to fixing your marriage. And that really hurt her feelings. So Austin was like, I do initiate. Like, I'm actively trying to fix things by doing this. Well, child, don't threaten her with a good time. Why are you acting like you're doing her a favor, Austin? I didn't like that. So then he's like, I'm not about to go into great detail. Here go, Emily. Well, why not? I mean, we're on a TV show. Go ahead, talk about it. I want detail. Keisha was like, girl, at the end of the day, okay, because, you know, Keisha was, this one, you know how the tea kettle is like, almost about to pop. See, Keisha was right there. Okay. So the water has started to bubble. Okay. Emily, she trying it. Okay. She trying it. And Keisha said, listen, everyone has a right to say what they want to say. And if they don't want to share certain things, then they don't have to. Okay. So that was the second strike. Now, Emily, you have really told your draws with me, girl, because I really do like you. And I feel like you're in a situation that you're uncomfortable with. And so you're taking it out on everybody else, baby. But that ain't no excuse. I mean, you really looked horrible on this here after party. So anywho, they move on to Dr. Pia's visit to Emily. And so to Emily and Brennan. So Keisha asked if she let Brennan know what her feelings were going to be before she just said it to Dr. Pia. And Emily said, well, you know, she needed to hear the truth. And he was just sitting there trying to look good on TV. So basically, I had to pipe up and say what it was. She said, no, but off camera. Did you say something to him beforehand? So she said, well, I mean, off camera, he acted like he never wants to hear anything and he never wants to hear anything negative. So I can't really say what I truly feel. And he basically told me if I shut up that he'll go to couples therapy with me. So Keisha is like, okay, so are you keeping hope alive? And I was like, oh, honey, now he's trying to silence her by telling her he'll go to couples therapy, which implies that he's going to say yes on decision day, which makes absolutely no damn sense, Emily. Put on your thinker. If this man has been treating you the way that you just revealed, which I already knew on this allegedly, okay, because this is just Emily's side. If he's been treating you this way, then why on God's green earth do you think that he is going to say yes on decision day and then pick up with couples therapy? It's almost like the season with Micheal and Zach giving Micheal this letter and telling her, you know, I don't want to be married to you, but let's date when we're not on this show, which made absolutely no sense. And we saw how that turned out. Okay. That was a fool. It really was. Now, at first I was like, Keisha, why are you trying to make it seem like Emily should have discussed things with Brennan first? Like, I didn't like that. But then the more she explained it, I understood what she was saying. She was basically trying to grasp what we're not seeing. Okay. So then Keisha goes, well, I mean, he seemed caught off guard. Yeah, he seemed caught off guard because she was speaking up and he thought that he had her under his thumb. And he was like, listen, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to say it. This is how we're going to present in front of these experts. But then when they leave, I'm going to treat you how I really want to treat you. So Emily said, that's because he's playing victim. She said, if he acts that way on camera, imagine how he acts off camera. She said, and also, because Keisha was trying to talk. Now, I thought this was rude as hell. Emily, Keisha is trying to ask a follow-up question and you're cutting her off to further explain before listening to the next question. Just one moment, honey. Okay. Just 1 second. So then Emily proceeds and she said before soccer, he was screaming at her and saying friends shouldn't be this hard because of something she had said previously that he didn't like. So Keisha said, well, what did you say? Emily said it was about, I don't even remember. But then she goes, no, it was like he was gaslighting me. So Keisha said, Emily, I feel like you're giving your interpretation. So Emily cuts her off and says, well, no, I mean, you're asking questions that aren't getting anywhere. I mean, do you have a different question? I said, baby, the way in which I started cussing at that screen. Baby, Keisha better than me. Keisha put up them hands. She said, well, okay. So now she's trying to calmly state that she's asking these questions so that us as viewers and people who are not privy to this information and did not see these things can understand what is going on. Okay. She said, you may not understand my questioning, but that's why I'm asking these questions. So Emily is like, I mean, we could be having a more productive conversation. We could move on to something else. Okay. Now, Emily, now I understand that you're frustrated, but you're being a Brennan in this moment. The same way that he was disrespectful to Dr. Pia is the same way that you're being disrespectful to Keisha. She ain't do it to you. Okay. There's no reason to get snappy with the host. She's simply trying to get to the bottom of what it was. Like, we don't get to see these things. So the after party is our time to get a behind the scenes look via what you tell us. So if she doesn't ask you any questions, how the hell are we going to be able to support you? Because otherwise it's looking like, okay, we're one way on camera, one way off camera. We don't know who's telling the truth. So she's just trying to figure it out. So Keisha said, listen, I know you may not understand my questions. Okay. But I'm not the enemy. That's number one. Okay. I'm not your enemy. I'm just asking so you can reveal what's going on behind the scenes. Keisha said, well, if you're afraid to say something in front of him, we want to know that. And Emily said, well, you know, Dr. Pia asked me if I felt safe and I said yes, but really I didn't. So Keisha said, well, why didn't you feel safe? She said, well, I was trying to speak up. And then she started to cry. She said she was trying to speak up more, but she also felt like she didn't want to get the repercussions after because she knows how Brennan can be. If y'all go back and listen to my reviews, I said that Brennan tries to stifle his unhingedness. Now, I know that's not a word, so please do not repeat down in the comments. Unhingedness is not a word. Unhingedness, I don't need to, I know. I damn know. I told y'all. And also another thing that I noticed, but I didn't point it out because people like to say, oh, well, Micheal, you're just finding things. No, I'm telling you what I know and what I'm witnessing. When they were in that hot tub and Emily was carrying on like she liked to carry on, Brennan punched his fist down in the water. He was trying to get himself together. But that right there to me was scary. The situation with Dr. Pia and Emily and Brennan, when they had that meeting, that also told me everything that I needed to know. The fact that he wants to look a certain way on camera, but he's coming off the exact opposite. And Emily, on this after party, you are looking like his twin flame, honey. It's appearing that you are the same person that he is. So while they're talking, Keisha says, so what happens after? You don't want the repercussions. What goes on? Emily starts crying. She says like he paces in circles. He throws things at the wall and he blames her. Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. Brennan needs to be removed. If things are happening the way that Emily is saying that they are happening, then he needs to be removed because there's no reason for him to move threatening and make these threatening gestures towards her. There's no reason she needs to be subjected to this. This is emotional torture, emotional abuse, and it's just all around wrong. She's saying they're in this vicious cycle and things are happening that we don't see. And I'm going to tell y'all something. My daddy told me something a long time ago. It may have been the only piece of advice that he's ever really given me. Okay, because we don't have that type of relationship. But he said, if it escalates to a man punching the wall or throwing things, you best believe that they will be throwing you and punching you next. So you need to get the hell out of there. And so, Emily, I'm going to say to you that I'm not sure if this experiment, this process, or whatever this is over. But if these things are happening, you need to tell someone. Don't just sit in it and then come and take your frustrations and your anger out on everybody around you. Tell someone so that they can help you. Okay, that's what you really need to do. And I feel like, Keisha handled that so well. I don't know if I could have been as tactful as she was. She listened to Emily, even though Emily was being really, really disrespectful. You're a guest. Okay, you're a guest in someone's home, like in a sense. So you don't come here and get an attitude with Keisha. She's done nothing to you. And like she said, she's not your enemy. She listened to Emily. She got down to the root of what was going on. She was an excellent choice for this. I feel like she handled this so gracefully. But what needs to happen going forward outside of this, if she's saying that she doesn't feel safe enough to speak up, and she felt in that moment, okay, here's my chance. Let me say exactly what it is I need to say. Then something needs to be done about this. Like, we can't just sit on this and be like, the after party was so good. Emily was mad at Keisha. That's not what I'm concerned about. Emily is frustrated and she's taking her anger out on the wrong people. She's stuck in this mess with Brennan and she needs to be removed. Because if he's throwing stuff at the walls, and because when people pace, that means they're getting ready to go off. Now, y'all can sit here and act like y'all don't understand that, but that's exactly what it is. So for him to be doing that, that's ridiculous. Micheal said he observed that Emily really wanted to get things off of her chest, and she didn't want to say it when it was just the two of them. He can empathize with her. And on Brennan's side, he felt like Brennan was thinking, okay, when we go through things, I feel like we're good. And then Emily says this, it's like we're taking one step forward and two steps backwards. So then they moved on to Micheal, honey, and Austin was rubbing her back. Austin, you better than me, honey. I would have said, Emily, please, do I have to sleep with you? No, I do not. Okay? If I don't want to reveal my damn business, I'm not going to reveal my business. Please back up. I understand that Becca is your friend, but this is my marriage. And if I don't want to go to Pound Town, I'm not going to go to Pound Town. Okay? I'm not going to go. And also, this is what I wanted to say as well, because I forgot this part. It was revealed that, okay, this is what Emily said. Emily said that Becca stated after the cameras went off and the rose petals and the this and the that, nothing happened when those cameras went away. And didn't I tell y'all that? I said, baby, y'all finna get ready to cuddle on this bed of roses, honey, because ain't nothing else going on. Y'all are not going to do anything on this bed of roses. And that's exactly what happened. So then they moved on to Micheal. Keisha asked Emily, what advice would she give to Micheal? She said, don't listen to us. Don't compare whatever we're going through to what you're going to experience. Tune us out and forge your own path. Micheal reveals that he's nervous, but he's very excited to get married. Keisha asked if he had any vision of what his new bride may look like. He said, well, the producers keep throwing around the word Destiny, so I feel like that could be her name. So then Keisha was like, ooh, Destiny is a stripper name. Coming to the stage. Keisha, now that is offensive to all Destinies, okay? Because I know some very good Destinies and there ain't no scripples. And that was the end of the after party. Baby, I had to give my 2 cents because normally I just be like, I ain't finna watch no after party. Now, y'all asking for too much. I'm already giving you a whole lot of detail for the review, but I felt like I needed to address this. So all jokes aside, Austin, you and your hat, y'all are playing in Becca's face. And Becca, you need to keep it real with Austin. Because if you're running to tell Emily what's going on, you need to tell Austin. Okay? Because I don't think he knows. And Austin, you're pretending like you're going to do more in the intimacy department with Becca, but you're just not that into her. So just keep it real so you can pack your Nintendo 64 up in your hats and head on back home. Emily, if you are experiencing what you are experiencing, you need to talk to someone. And you need to be removed from Brennan. There's no reason to stay in that shared apartment. The first time he got to pacing, baby, I would have been on the first thing smoking. He would have been looking for me in the daytime with a flashlight. Baby, please. I wish I would. And Micheal, good luck, Chuck. Y'all comment down below and tell me if you watched the after party. Listen, I know I don't normally do this, but I felt like I had to bring this to y'all and give you my 2 cents. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.